welcome to Soul Symbols. My name is Shelley. I'm a writer, an astrologer, and a card reader, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. Happy Saturday. It is the weekly energy card reading, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. I wanted to go ahead and get started. I'm sorry for I was kind of reflecting last week on a little bit of a lament that I went on last week. Like I was feeling, I feel like card readers themselves are a little bit sensitive in the way that they, because we have to not necessarily channel, but we really have to kind of be in tune with the energies of the card reading. And sometimes that gets a little sensitive. And it's funny, last week, especially towards pile 3, I felt like I kind of went off on a tangent. I feel like if you've ever seen the old TV show Martin, I feel like, you know how Martin would always do what we call wail out, like he would freak out, like he would jump to conclusions or go off on some kind of tangent and really kind of get on his soapbox a little bit. And it's funny, I feel like I kind of did that with the reading for the deck last week in pile 3. And it's funny, it kind of bothered me for a few days after that. Like I was worried about it. Like I was like, oh, okay, are people gonna think that I'm a bad reader or that I was getting emotional? And then it's funny, almost as if the universe was kind of reassuring me. I started watching videos on YouTube because I watch other readers. There's so many really wonderful, talented readers here on YouTube. And I started watching other channels, and it's funny, I started watching videos where I felt like other readers were doing the same thing. Like they just kind of, when you read the cards, there's many different interpretation of what the symbolisms mean. But when you really get on a thread of something, when you're seeing it and you're like, okay, this is what I'm getting, right? This is what I'm getting, right? It can kind of sound like you're wailing out or like you're going on a tangent, but it was so cute. I watched other videos and I felt like, oh my God, other people do this too. It's not just me. I felt better, right? I felt better. And these are other really talented, there's so many wonderful readers here on YouTube. I mean, goodness, if I were not here, there are hundreds. Well, I follow at least, I think I follow at least like 25, 30 really wonderful readers. And it's like, and it was so cute. I mean, I was watching a few readers who kind of, I was watching, it's funny, again, I felt like the universe was kind of pointing it out, like, no, see, we always say take what resonates and leave the rest. So if you feel like something's not resonating, you don't have to take the message. It's usually meant for someone else, right? But I do think there's a purpose in going off on a tangent, just like with any social media. Sometimes when you see something, when you see a message, it's good to kind of lament on it because someone needs to hear that, right? Someone needs to emote with that message. And it's funny, I even started seeing memes. I've been posting quite a few memes over on my Instagram that kind of reflect that. And it's funny, I kind of mellowed out after I had filmed the reading for last week. I kind of, I lit candles and I got a new yoga mat. It's like 100% cotton yoga mat. And so I've been trying to ground more since that reading. But when you've read cards for several years, it's a very sensitive kind of thing. And I work a day job, like even now, if my voice sounds a little tired, it's like, we really put a lot of effort and energy into this. So if you feel like a reader is kind of wailing out, please be gentle with them. We're along on this ride with you. And of course, if the message does not resonate, you do not need to take it. But let's go ahead and get started. So this reading says it's the weekly energy card reading from October 23rd to October 30th, which is the day before Halloween. It's the Oh Hallows Eve, so to speak. And I actually have a really fun, I actually have a Halloween costume. I had a Halloween costume last week. Last year I dressed up as Wonder Woman and it was really cute. had a lot of fun. It was like a toned down. It wasn't like full armor or anything. I wish I had done the golden chicken armor. I would have totally loved to do that. I had the wrist guards. It was really cool. I had the little like amulet, the wrist things, and I felt fierce with that. But that was last year, and this year I'm going to do something kind of special. I won't give any spoilers yet. I'll wait for next week's reading, and I'll tell you what I'm dressing up as for Halloween. I'll do it for next week's reading. But as always, if you are attracted to this reading, if you are drawn to this reading at any time, it does not need to be the week of October 23rd through the 30th, 2021, in order for the messages to resonate. If you come across this reading at any time, there might be little nuggets of information contained. And as always, we keep our decks in rotation. And this week I decided to go with 2 mini decks and 1 traditional deck. So the first deck we have the Zillich Tarot, which is a mini deck. And on top of it we have a beautiful green fluorite. The middle deck is a wonderful deck. It has such good energy, and I get such good messages because this is the Tarot of A.G. Waite. It is a beautiful international deck of the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith. And on top of it, we have a gorgeous sunstone. This is the deck that I've used for all of my How to Tarot videos. So it is imbued. It is just seeping with good tarot energy. So. And I love picking. I usually pick deck number 2. I sometimes pick other decks. I do pick these decks with you, by the way. After the video is posted, I pick a deck with you. Now the third deck is also a really beautiful deck, and actually this deck I kind of referenced. This is the Everyday Tarot by Brigit Esselmont. She's also known as Biddy, B-I-D-D-Y Tarot. She's a very big name in the tarot community. And she actually posted a really great meme as I was reflecting on, okay, am I wailing out in my videos? Am I a bad tarot reader? She actually posted a really great meme on her Instagram, and I'll share it now. That really gave me inspiration because, again, what we do when you read cards is a very sensitive art. It's a very interpretable art. It's a very spiritual kind of connection, and it's not easy. Tarot readers are sensitive. It's funny, we might have a tough skin when it comes to comments and other things like that, but what we do is really, at least I don't say this for myself, but I say this for other readers. I feel like other readers they are a blessing to humanity because they give their gifts to the public, and I don't lump myself in that. It's funny. I have a separation anxiety about that. But I think what you do when you read cards or you take the time to film and post videos for this art is such a great contribution. And honestly, I feel like I've, in the last 2 years with world events and, loss in my life, I feel like, watching card readings has been such a comfort. It's been such a solace to me. So, the fact that I saw, and again, I read symbols, the fact that she posted a meme that talked about, what it means to be a good card reader, being true to yourself, taking care of yourself, recharging, and, decompressing, that just really resonated, and she's an excellent reader and entrepreneur. But the third deck is her deck, and on top of it we have a beautiful citrine, which is a great stone about rejuvenation, abundance, and abundance, just blessings. Now, I was drawn to, and I always listen to what my Rice Krispies tell me to do, I was drawn to I was drawn to bring out the Quantum Oracle by Sandra, I'm forgetting her last name, but Travel. Oh, it's so funny. It's funny. In my, there's another really great deck that I use that's by Deja Druid. I got Travel 2 times. Anytime I get that card, I always think of 2 things. First off, it releases endorphins in your brain when you plan trips. Like, you don't even actually have to go on a trip, but if you plan to go somewhere, like if you put something on your bucket list, it puts good, it fuels serotonin and all the good, sleep well at night chemicals in your brain. Also, sometimes that can mean just charting your path, like you're on the right track, like you're on the right journey. That's such a positive thing. But this is the Quantum Oracle. If you want to see her full name, all of the names and the authors of the decks that I use are in the description box. Again, if I sound a little lethargic, I'm sorry, guys. It's been a long day and I am a little tired. I also had dinner, so it's almost like Thanksgiving when you fill up on food and then you're sleepy. So if I sound a little lethargic, I'm sorry. But I'll go ahead and give you a minute to choose your deck. If you need more time, please pause the video, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we're back. I'm going to go ahead and move the decks up. And as always, I'm going to try to keep these videos brief, but you know, when I say brief, you know, I don't shortchange anyone. If I feel like, if I feel like cutting it short is going to deprive you of relevant or like good information about your week, I'm going to, I won't do that. I would never do that to you. But deck number 1, we have the Zillich Tarot with beautiful green fluorite. This is such a good deck. Ooh, we got a flipper. We got a flopper. Oh, Knight of Cups. Gosh, are you having the best week ever? Deck number 1. Ooh. You got the Knight of Love. And look, you got a little crabby there. Honestly, I kind of... You know, it's funny. That little crabby guy almost looks like the crossover from the sun sign Cancer and a Scorpion. Maybe you have someone coming towards you that has Cancer and Scorpio in their chart. Oh my God. God help you, because I'm sorry, that's a lot of water. I'm sorry, guys, I'm not laughing. It's not funny. I just have like a whole ton of the Cancer sun, like my moon, my Mars, and my Jupiter is in Cancer, and it's square a whole bunch of Libra, including my Pluto. So like my Scorpio planet is square my Mars in Libra and Cancer, and I feel like when you have that kind of water dynamic, it's deep. It's really deep. Like you almost want to run like King Kong is chasing you, because like it's like, oh God, that's a tsunami of emotion that we don't want to delve into. Sorry, guys. Ooh, 4 of Wands. I think, oh my gosh, deck 1, I think you are having like the best week ever. And the universe, the world. Okay. All right. Can I just get one clarifier? Thank you. Chariots. Oh my gosh. Okay, deck number 1. Okay, one clarifier for the universe. Thank you. I'm getting flippers. The Lover. All right. Can we just make this like 3 minutes and done? Like, you got a lover coming towards you. Are you getting married this week for deck 1? I'm inquiring minds 1. Okay, decrease. All right. Can I get one more? Okay. This might be the universe telling me to amp down. Okay. Stuck energy. Fragmented energy. Alright, guys. Alright. Now, okay. Now, this can be, in a weekly read, this can totally be 3 different events. This does not need to be, you can have something work-related in the beginning of the week. You have something family-related in the middle of the week. You could have something love-related at the end of the week. It's all interpretable. But what I am seeing is I'm seeing the Knight of Cups and the freaking Chariot. And honestly, the Knight of Cups in this deck really talks, normally the Knight of Cups, like if you look at the traditional, and I'll even pull it out because the middle deck is the Rider-Waite-Smith. All right, we're going to go there. We're going there, deck number 1, because I love you. I'm in a weird energy today, guys. I swear. I'm just like, you know, it's funny. I'm tired. But it's almost that kind of delirious, like, let's do this. Let's do it. If I'm going to, like, push myself to the point of exhaustion, let's go complete, you know, let's throw it at the wall and see it sticks, right? Sorry, guys. I'm in a weird mood. Sorry, guys. I've been in a weird mood since last week. This is why I debate whether or not I should do your readings when I'm feeling funky, but, you know, hey, it makes it interesting. It's entertaining, if nothing else. All right, so your traditional Rider-Waite-Smith. You know, I have an entire How to Tarot on all of these cards. Feel free to check it out. It's right here on my playlist. But here we have the Knight of Cups. And you see how this knight doesn't really move terribly fast, right? Like, you know, when you look at the Knight of Wands, he's rearing up. If you look at the Knight of Swords, he's like levitating off the ground. The Knight of Cups kind of has one hoof up, and he's like, yeah, I love you. That's not real, like, super fast movement. Now let's go ahead and look at your card. This guy almost looks like he's flying. Like, you know, I believe I can fly. That's what I'm getting, guys. You know what? At first, I thought this was someone that was coming at you with, like, some kind of love offer. Like, I thought you were getting, like, a Lloyd Dobler outside your window with a boombox. Sorry to disappoint you. I don't mean to promise you that and have it not deliver. I almost feel like this is you, guys. And rock on with your bad self. Beginning of the week, over the weekend, beginning of the week. Look at this. I feel like you are owning almost like my whole little lament at the beginning of the week, where, not the beginning of the week, I'm sorry, guys. Oh, gosh. I'm seriously tired today. I swear. I had like a kind of a heavy dinner, and now all of a sudden I'm just like, you ever have that, like, you know, after you've had a big meal and it's like that lethargy where let me just go take a nap. I'm sorry, guys. I hate to bring that kind of energy into your reading, but I do. I work during the day, so, you know, I do this in my free time. But what I'm seeing is it's almost like that kind of energy, like that you're following your heart, and it's like, it's almost like you're, you know how if you have a day job and you have something you do in the evening, or when you have something kind of going kind of crazy in your life, but then you have something really going good in your life, it's almost like you can kind of put a rein on both of those energies. This is beautiful, guys, because I feel like you're channeling whatever is going quote unquote wrong in your life. It's almost like you're putting a pair of reins on it and like, let's ride this. You know, this is and actually squares in astrology really reference that. When something is going quote unquote wrong, or you feel like your energy is going one direction and it's going another direction, the way that you bring them together is putting I'm almost seeing like a bridle, like of a horse. You put a bridle on a horse, and where those two energies overlap. Okay, this is going to sound crazy. This whole video sounds crazy. Okay, I'm just rolling with it. Screw it. All right. Have you ever seen the MasterCard symbol? Okay, you've seen the MasterCard symbol. You know it's two circles that overlap each other. That's called a vis-a-vis. And they call it the Visa. You know, you wonder where Visa came from. Vis-a-vis is two circles of energy. You got one circle of energy, and then you got one circle of energy, and when the two overlap, there's this almost like a waning moon. It looks like a little, it looks like a Marquise diamond. And maybe that's a symbol for you this week. A Marquise, that little two-pointed and then, you know, circle, almost like the eye of Saran. I don't know where I'm going with this. But the way that you're two, there's two powerful energies going on in your life right now. It can be work and home. It can be family and career. It can be one job and another job. It can be your dark and your light. You know, that seems to be a theme this week. It could be the dark and the light. But also look at your astrological chart if you have any opposites, if you have any polarization going on there. Like if you have signs in Taurus and then there's transits of Scorpio. Actually, there's quite a few transits. Yeah, if you're a Scorpio energy, and actually this does look pretty Scorpion, there's a lot of Taurus planets transitioning in the next few days. And it's almost like you're riding that wave. You're seeing how the two energies oppose one another, but instead of letting the two horses go opposite directions, you're going to rein them in and let them overlap, and you're going to channel that energy. You're going to walk that path in between, and it's really going to take you far. I feel like gosh, guys, I want to kind of be you when I grow up. You're riding the wave of energy. You're not, you know how sometimes when challenging things happen, again, kind of polarizing energy hits you. And instead of saying, oh, okay, well, this is opposite of me, you're like, oh, okay, how can we work together? And that's your energy over the weekend and into the beginning of the week. How can we make this work? How can we take the common denominator of these two opposing forces and roll with that? Roll with what's in the middle. We're going to walk, it's almost like we're going to walk the plank right in the middle. And you're really going to make that work. Now, this could be with home, or it could be with I honestly get this might be with a relationship, because there's a lot of love here. Now, this could be work. And it's amazing how, sometimes when you're doing really well, when you're happy at home, sometimes that energy carries over to the workplace. So this could be a workplace energy. But what it is that you're feeling strong. And you know what I'm hearing? And this is a phrase that I use in my everyday all the time. You're being a part of the solution, not a part of the problem. Like, you're not worrying about how people are going opposite directions. You're worried about how we can stay connected and walk how we can work with the common energy to move forward. And you know what, I am almost getting this is kind of a workplace thing, but it's like you're putting your own personal dynamic spin on that. Like you're bringing your positive energy to a workplace problem, and you're bringing about a lot of positive solutions. And rock on, pile one, because that's really, really beautiful. Now, the middle of the week, you got completion, and you do see. Now, one thing I'm seeing here is that you might be solving problems with the help of a spouse or someone who really supports you. You see, I'm almost getting, like, again, that vis-a-vis. Like, you see how they meet in the middle? Now, one thing I kind of see here too is that if this is a completely love week, and it could be, maybe you felt kind of opposite to someone, or someone felt kind of opposite to you. But instead of making them feel like, okay, we have to break apart because of our differences, I feel like maybe you came. This is actually making sense, guys. Maybe someone said, okay, we got to break up because we're too different. But instead of doing that, you say, well, why? Let's work with what we have in common, and that brings you totally together. Wow, guys, I don't know if you have like Libra in your chart. I'm getting a strong sense of polarized energies, like you have two elements that are opposite each other in your chart, or there's a transit going on in the sky that's opposing your planets in your chart. And I'm sorry, I know that sounds really crazy and woo-woo. Basically, if you have a whole stellium, a whole, like, several planets in Taurus, and then all of a sudden all these planets in the sky are in Scorpio, or if you have a lot of planets in Aries and all of a sudden you're meeting someone who has a lot of planets in Libra. But by the middle of the week, you're reaching a completion. And the crazy thing, not crazy, but you've got completion. And then later on in the week, you've got the universe, which is the last card of the major arcana, which means completion. You are going full speed ahead towards a beautiful, and look at all these purples and yellows, guys. Okay, we'll get to the end of the week. You're seeing a lot of red, and red and blue makes purple. But by the middle of the week, honestly, if you are in love right now, guys, you are having like the best week ever. But one other thing I do see that this is taking a little bit of blending. I'm surprised. I'm totally shocked that the Temperance card didn't come out. 9 of Cups, bliss. I think, oh gosh, guys, I think you're really in love with someone this week, or someone's coming towards you. I think someone's really trying to make balance with you. Instead of focusing on your differences, you're thinking about the commonalities. Now, this can be work related, and it's almost like solving really dynamic problems by focusing on the solution rather than you're being a part of the solution rather than part of the problem. And then by the end of the week, you've got the world, the universe, and you've got the freaking lovers. And can I just reiterate, look at all this. Doesn't it look like the same colors? It looks like the same freaking colors. So, you know what? Now, the lovers can be a choice, but we've got the beginning of the week, you have one person. I think someone's really coming towards you and balancing you, or someone's coming towards you and they want to be your counterweight. Like they want to be the opposite of you, and then they want to share in what you have in common. And I feel like you're going to kind of see it. You're going to see the start of that at the beginning of the week. You're really going to feel it by the middle of the week. By the middle, I'm seeing a lot of hands, guys. I'm seeing a lot of hands. I think that you are dealing with someone who is opposite of you. If you look at your two astrological charts, maybe you have Cancer in your chart and they have Capricorn in theirs. But they want to balance things out with you. And with the snake and the egg there, they really want a future with you. I do think that you're having a very romantic week. I think you're having a very romantic week. The other thing I see is with your oracle cards, we've got cycle, which says decrease. We have energy, which says stuck energy. And then we have fragmented energy. This talks a lot about energy, guys. You know what I'm almost getting is that you have the solution to all your problems, but you just have to balance it. You have to balance it. Also, if you feel stuck, if you feel like you cannot charge forward with something, you might need to balance that with someone else. This could be a spouse, it could be your family. I'm getting more of a spouse kind of vibe, like a lovey, like a person other than yourself. But the other thing I kind of get is that maybe you're feeling kind of in low energy and someone comes in to really help you. I think someone's going to come in to help you, help balance out the sense of lack that you're feeling. But the other thing that I'm kind of getting here is that it is talking a lot about balance. It's saying that in order to get to that completion, in order to feel like equal with someone, you don't have to overcompensate. The other thing is if you're feeling low energy, it's okay to let someone come in and counterbalance you, like someone to come in and give to you what you're missing. And the two balance each other out. But the other thing I get is that it is a little bit, if it's a little bit of a struggle, the other thing I get is that focus on what you have in common because you feel really opposite to this person. But this person or this energy that's coming in is giving you everything that you lack. And it's okay to accept that. It's okay to accept that. It's almost like they recharge you. The other thing is that you see yellow and blue makes green, and you see green is the color of the heart chakra, right? Maybe someone can come in and kind of give you what you're missing. And I do see green at the top here. I see green on the top here. One other way I can kind of read this is if this is just platonic or just family energy. I am getting more of like a male-female or couple kind of energy from this. Is that the other thing is that this Knight of Cups is charging in with a green coat, which talks about heart. Someone really might be helping you. Like you feel really stuck and someone's coming in to help you, either with really good advice or they're coming in with a lot of love, like a lot of support. They're letting you know that you're not alone. But wow, guys, oh my gosh, pile number 1, that's an awesome read. That's a really strong week. And again, don't be afraid. The other thing is you're not giving up any of your autonomy by letting someone help you. Someone might be coming in with solutions that are different from what you expect, but they're opposite from what you expect, and they're really going to help you. Like the opposite opinion, what might actually get you out of some of those stuck feelings. Okay, pile number 2. We've got the Rider-Waite Smith by A.E. I'm sorry. This is the deck that I've used for all of my, ooh, the Fool. All of my How to Tarot videos. But deck number 2, beginning of your week, please. Deck number 2. Okay, middle of the week, please. And then end of the week, please. Oh gosh, that's such a great week. Oh, I'm seeing Sun and Six of Wands energy. That's really positive. Okay, what's our Oracle card? Oracle, please. Ooh, that's such amazing. That really correlates with your Two of Swords there. All right, beginning of the week, you've got the Knight of Swords. So over the weekend, you might have a little bit of a mouth on you, like not in a bad way, but it's like you're really feeling animated about something. Like what I'm kind of getting from this is that you feel like you know what you're talking about. Oh, okay. This really clarifies. You feel like, you know what it is that I feel like you're kind of clapping back, like you have a lot of naysayers. And I kind of, if you've ever seen The Simpsons, I always think of that kid who's always like, ha ha, Nelson, I think his name is, where he thinks he knows everything, and all you can do is this kid is such a little snot that he thinks he's right, and all you can do is walk away because he's going to think he's right. But you feel a little beat up, like you feel defeated by, I feel like you have people like talking smack about you, or you feel like people are really kind of like trying to tear you down verbally. And it's almost like you almost look at the expression on both of these cards. The face looks kind of harsh. Like both expressions on the face is like, I feel like you're kind of clapping back, like you're fighting back. I'm seeing a lot of fighting back. So like over the weekend and in the beginning of the week, I feel like you're verbally kind of like, people are kind of crowing or trying to feel like they defeated you, but you're not giving up the fight. You're like, no, I might have walked away from your stupid ass, but you're not right. I do feel like you're not giving up the fight. Like, there might be someone who thinks that they won, but they don't know you very well, and the you very well is that I don't die. You can try to defeat me as much as I want, just because the other thing I'm kind of getting is just because I walked away from your stupid ass doesn't mean you're right. It's kind of what I'm getting, and I'm sorry. God, I love your attitude, pile number 2. But I do think that you might have had to walk away from someone just because you were a little tired, and it was, the other thing I kind of get is that in the world, and especially in society, there's ebbs and flows. There are times when people feel like they're king of the hill and feel like they're top of the mountain and their opinion is right. And sometimes when you're the underdog in that situation, and everything that the other thing I've seen is with social media, and definitely with opinions in the world, there's always these kind of crests, almost like the crest of a wave, where everyone just thinks the same thing. They're like lemmings throwing themselves into the sea. Well, this is what's popular, and you're like, oh my God, God, it's almost like you just walk away because you're so sick and tired of hearing the what's hip, right? And that can be anything. If you look at fashion trends where everyone's like, oh, duck face, it's so cute. No, duck face is not fucking cute. But I feel like this is more important than duck face. I feel like there's something going on in the world that's really, really important, but the popular consensus believes that they're right. They're gloating, and all you can do is kind of walk away. I feel like you're this person who's walking away. The other thing is you kind of see the clouds in the sky. You know, they look really angry. Like there's a lot of talk, a lot of negative talk going on in the world. And I feel like you're this guy, right? You're walking away because everybody is just so smug and stupid that that's all you can do, but you're not giving up. You're not giving up. You're just walking away for right now because there's no sense in arguing with freaking Nelson. Okay. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. You know, I am getting bye, Felicia. Like, please, can you just step away from me so I can recollect myself, because you are so dumb. You know, I'm getting like an arrogant kind of energy, but I do also feel like there might be a moment over the weekend into the beginning of the week where you kind of clap back, like you smack back. It's almost like you're tired and you have to walk away. The other thing I kind of get, oh, okay. Oh, wow, guys. This is a great start to your week. I'm sorry, it's not great, quote unquote, but the other thing I'm kind of seeing by this combination is that maybe you were just so tired, but you haven't given up, but maybe you had to walk away because someone was just being so arrogant that you didn't want to listen to their stupid ass mouth anymore. So you walked away briefly and they said something. You know what I'm getting? Someone said something to your back. I get the oh, damn. Pile 2. Oh, shit. Sorry. It's funny, the intro I talked about like how I was really wailing out. I try not to cuss too much in your videos, but oh shit. Shit, Pile 2. Someone says something to your back. You know how that someone gets all like snitty and thinks the argument's over. They think they won, and then you start walking away and they say something like, well, yeah, I won. You turn around and slap this shit. Like you, I'm sorry, that's so funny, Pile 2. But you're not giving up. You are in a dispute with something. Someone thinks that they won and they think you're walking away to kind of recollect yourself. You have not given up. The Nine of Wands does not give up. Does this person look like they are a quitter? Hell to the no. They're like, I'm going to go just heal a minute. I'm going to get a good night's rest, and then I'm going to come back in the morning and kick your ass. And I feel like that's what you were doing, like you were walking away, and someone said something under their breath. There's so many great TikTok videos that talk about this, where you walk away and someone said, you know how, it's, I keep thinking this is why I'm laughing. It's not funny, but this is why I'm laughing. You know how when you have a knockdown, drag out argument with someone, and then you're both kind of going to your corners, and then someone has the balls to turn around and go, yeah, I won. And then you take off your flip-flop and you just smack them upside the head. Like, you're just like, what? No, you did not just rehash this. Because you think that I quit. I didn't quit. You know, say something to me. That's what I'm getting. God, Pile 2. I love, I'm sorry. Oh, damn, you sassy. You sassy, Pile 2. But you're like, what did you say? That's what I'm getting. What? Say what? Do not make me take my flip-flop off. I will smack the shit out of you. That's what I'm kind of getting. And you know what? I almost get the sense that you do kind of smack the shit out of someone. But you do it, you know what I'm almost getting? Is that, like, someone thinks they won, and then they throw out one of those petty ass little, well, like a Nelson, and you clap the hell back. Again, I'm hearing, like, that's what I'm hearing. Like, you come back and like, what you said? And that person shuts the hell up. And this, with all these swords, I do think that it might be social media related. So sorry to be so animated. God, I'm getting animated with your read, guys. I was lethargic as hell at the beginning of this. I think, again, I think you clap back. And I do think that it might be with like either a text message. I'm honestly getting more of a social media post, but I feel like you put this person in the corner. I think you shut this person down, and then after that, I don't think they say another damn thing to you. I don't think they say anything else. I think they I think they go in the corner and think about what they said, like, that might have been kind of stupid. The other thing that I get is that this person might have been on a little bit of a high where this could be someone who thought that they had the upper hand on social media. The other thing I get is that they get in a little bit of an arrogant moment and you just shut them the hell down. Now, this is night energy, so it's not king or queen. I honestly don't think that you're real polished. Like, it's not going to be real eloquent the way that you tell them to shut the hell up, but you do shut them up, though. And I think that I don't think they can counteract you at that point. I think they're shutting up. Now, by the middle of the week, this is interesting. You got the Two of Swords, but underneath it, you have the Ace of Wands. This is amazing, guys. You're going from like the Nine of Wands to the Ace of Wands. You're regaining your strength. The other thing that I kind of get is that maybe with all the pushback that you're kind of getting, and again, I don't know, I don't get a strong sense that this is love or family related. I think this might be friends or work related. I know there's a lot of wands. And this is all wands and swords. I think this is like society related. I know that sounds crazy, but this just has to do with like public behavior in general. So I am getting strong social media with that, because social media crosses the lines. You can be friends with your coworkers, you can be friends with your family, you can be friends with your friends on all the social media platforms. Middle of the week, your outward expression might be a little bit reserved. I do think, like, especially with this Knight of Swords, maybe you had to kind of shut someone down, and then by the middle of the week you get a little quiet. This Two of Swords is a mind over heart. It's almost like you feel really passionate. All this water is churning underneath the surface. You feel really, really passionate about what you're talking about, but it's almost like you want to do it the right way. The other thing I get is that if you had to shut someone down and it was in a little bit of a raw energy, and again, you have all these angry clouds. Like, I'm seeing a lot of blowing air, like hot air, and not in a bad way. I think you're getting things done. You see birds kind of like breaking in the distance, There's a storm coming, or you're in the middle of a storm, but you're fighting that shit. And then, I'm sorry to curse so much. I'm feeling it with this read. By the middle of the week, it's almost like you're kind of quiet, but it's that kind of quiet where people know you're working. Like, they know something's churning under the surface. You know what's churning under the surface, and what it is it's new action. You're like, okay, I'm tired of dealing with all these Nelsons. I'm tired of dealing with all this ignorant bullshit, because you're wearing yourself out trying to fight this battle. And you know what I'm hearing? Work smarter, not harder. You're trying to figure out a better approach to this. And it's funny, people, I almost get like you shut someone down and everyone is just, it's like crickets. That's why I'm getting crickets. You are an incredibly smart person, pile number 2. You're very strategic. And it's almost like, you know what I almost get? I get all these Nelson people are almost scared of you by the middle of the week. It's like, they're kind of quiet. They're you know what I'm seeing, and I know that sounds crazy, that scene from the Karate Kid where he's balancing, out, he's practicing the crane pose out on a post out at the beach. And it's just like, Miyagi-Do karate, bitch. No, I'm kidding. It's almost like you're balancing out your emotions because you want to handle this the right way, but that silence, that meditation, that quiet, it's kind of scaring the crap out of people, because it's like, oh my God, when you lash out, you're no BS, you're no bullshit. And when you actually get quiet to kind of pull into yourself to regain your energy, your goal underneath the surface, you're ready for new action, and you're thinking, how can I do this? How can I make this work? And there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of emotion under the surface, but you're trying to balance that with intellect, and you're trying to think about the right way to roll this out. And that's, honestly, guys, you are so good. And again, something about the way you shut down people, Like if someone's being ignorant, if someone's being stupid as hell, and you're even when you're tired, even when you're fighting what feels like an underdog battle, people get intimidated as hell when you get quiet, because it's like, okay, damn, I'm seeing that crane pose from like the Karate Kid, like you're ready to kick someone in the freaking face. And I'm sorry, that's kind of violent. I'm sorry, but what I'm getting is that you're coming at this at a new approach. The other thing is that moon in the sky. We are coming up on that. Like we had a full moon on the 20th. So by the by the 30th, we are in the waning crescent moon. So you might have kind of come, this energy might be coming off an apex too. The other thing is that the moon rules the tides. So you might be coming down. That's a good symbolism of this, because you're coming down off that, the full moon makes you a little crazy. You have no filter on your mouth, and that's what I kind of feel like. You have no filter. But I do think that this lack of filter really, honestly, I think your brusqueness, your bluntness was necessary, because all you were doing was meeting somebody. It was a little bit of an eye for an eye. Someone was being ignorant or kind of shitty to you, and you just kind of, you know what I almost get? I get the sense like you don't like to lower yourself to that. You like to conduct yourself with more honor than that. The other thing that I get is that whatever you're up against is really kind of petty. It feels like people are kind of low. The people are being kind of low vibration with the way that they're coming at you, and the only way that you feel like the only way you can combat it is by meeting them on your level, which is low vibe, and you're not about that, So I do think that you're rethinking your strategy. The beautiful thing about this is that this lady has no armor and she's blindfolded. It is almost like she's meditating. She's like, like Mr. Miyagi, like she's fucking getting the zone to think of how she can best approach this situation. Now, by the end of the week, this is freaking beautiful, guys. This is beautiful. You got the 6 of Wands. You got more wands. You're going to be victorious. You know what? You might seem like the underdog by the beginning of the week. By the end of the week, I'm hearing working smarter, not harder. Like you're going to approach this in a different way, where you don't have to deal with the Nelsons of the world. You don't have to deal with the stupid people, and not in a bad way, but you're gonna raise your vibration, where if someone's not meeting you on your level, you're not even gonna bother with them, and it's gonna make you victorious. There is something about this situation, and again, it's so funny. I can't even say if this is work, family, or love related. It's just, again, I feel like social media, which kind of covers everything. Please tell me about the 6 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. You're planting the seed of something very, very substantial. Wow. You're planting the seed. The other thing I kind of get from this is that you're doing things differently. You're standing up. You're deviating from the popular consensus. You're getting a lot of scrutiny for it, but you will be praised for standing up and doing what you feel like is right. The other thing I get is, look at this consciousness. This is also a 2, and it says present power. And look at that. You've got 2 lions, and look at how many wands this is. Wands rules the fire suit. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That means that you take action for what you think is right, and with it being wands and swords, you're walking the talk. What you're saying, you're backing up with action, and any of the naysayers can go kiss your ass. I'm sorry, I'm cursing a lot. This is beautiful energy, guys. The other thing I kind of get is that other people might be, you got 9 of Cups. There's going to be some kind of wish fulfillment and truth. You're speaking your truth. You're speaking your truth, and this is causing you anxiety. It's funny, this is a scary situation. It takes a lot of courage to be brave. It takes courage to be brave. It takes courage to stand up to bullies. The other thing I get is that this is kind of like you standing up to a bully. Someone's trying to push you around, and you're not having it. But this talks about present power. The other thing, it talks about courage. And the root of the word courage is core, which means heart. And if you've ever seen The Wizard of Oz, you know how the cowardly lion, wanted a heart. And he wasn't cowardly at all. He wasn't cowardly at all. He had that heart with him the entire time. And that's what I'm seeing here. You're taking heart. You're taking heart in the face of bullies. And it's funny, by the beginning of the week, you might feel a little worn out. I do think someone's going to say something to your back and you're going to shut that the hell down. Like you're going to be, what do you say? Don't make me take my flip-flop off. I will hit you upside your head. like you're not playing. And I do get that you're shutting it down verbally, though. You're shutting it down verbally. It could be with an email or a text message. I'm getting a lot of social media with this, too. I get a feeling like you have an audience. The other thing is that, especially with the Six of Wands, I think people are seeing what you're doing. That people are seeing the stance that you're taking. But this is amazing, guys. I feel like in the middle of the week, you are meditating and you're thinking about a different approach to this because you don't like being in this low vibe bullshit. You don't like meeting people at a low level. You want to meet people at your level. And I'm seeing that Karate Kid. Like you're Daniel standing on that post and doing the crane pose, like you're ready to kick somebody in the face because like you're in that centered zone. You're not trying to hurt anyone, but you're not dealing with any bullies and you're not dealing with anybody who's trying to tear anyone down or whisper under their breath. But you're trying to do it with more integrity, with more, and by the end of the week, you are going to have victory. Strength, another lion. You've got so many lions here. I'm hearing courage. I'm hearing core. I'm hearing heart. Gosh, guys, you have so much heart. By the weekend, you are going to see a victory. You're going to see victory and stand in your present power. Don't be afraid to say what you believe in. And don't tolerate anyone whispering go to themselves. Go screw yourself. Nobody high vibe has time for that. Bye Felicia. You want to go be like that, you go do that to your friends because ain't no one got time for that. But wow, guys, that's a really powerful reading, pile 2. Okay, so pile number 3, we got the Everyday Tarot by Brigit Esselmont with this beautiful citrine. So beginning of the week, let's see what's your energy. Beginning of the week, guys. Okay, we'll go with the top card. Ooh, we got Justice. Middle of the week, please. Okay, this card really wants to pop out. Oh. And then end of the... Ooh, look, you saw that, right? Oh, wow, guys. You got 2 majors and a king. Please clarify the King of Cups. Oh, wow, we got so many swords. 6 of Cups, 7 of Wands. Wow, I am getting powerful. There's powerful readings, messages this week, guys. And this transformation. Oh, and can I just say, look at the synchronicity here. Look at the cloak there. Doesn't it look? I'm seeing a lot of like Ruth Bader Ginsburg here. Like beginning of the week, you got the Justice card. So you got 2 majors and a king. That's really beautiful. Beginning of the week, I feel like you are out for justice. And again, I do think this plays into your message card. Just look at that cloak, guys. I feel like, and I'm seeing like Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Like I'm seeing like the Chief Justice that passed recently. I feel like you're looking for balance in your life. The other thing is you're looking for justice. I think that you're living your truth, and I know that sounds really woo-woo for a weekly energy, but let me go ahead and just get one card. Page of Cups, yeah. I'm seeing a lot of emotional purity here, guys. Like a lot of emotional vulnerability, but it's you are a very strong person. I always feel like my pile threes are very spiritually enlightened. Like I say this in every video, but pile three, I swear to goodness, like I feel like you must practice. I feel like you must meditate. You know, three is a kind of a spiritual number. You know, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, mind, body, soul. But what I'm getting here is that I'm seeing, like, at the beginning of the week, I feel like you're very much in tune, like you're feeling very balanced in your life. The other thing that I get is that you seek justice in your life and in your relationships, everything in your life, and you do it in a really innocent way. One other way I could kind of see this is maybe you are seeking some kind of justice for a child. Like maybe if, now this would just be for a few of you, you might be really moving forward with some kind of fair decision regarding a child. It could be a water child, like someone who, a child who is sun sign Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. But the other thing I get is that you want to be really fair to this child. Like you want to do what's right by them. And this could be child support related. Again, this could just be for a select few of you. But the other thing I get is like over the weekend, maybe you're trying to make things very balanced for a child. If you share custody with a little one, and I mean little by like under the age of 8, like 8 or younger. Maybe if you share custody with someone, maybe you're trying to have a child. This is a very sensitive child, like a water baby is just so sweet. They're so open-hearted. Water children are the sweetest. And it doesn't just have to be the sun sign. If they have a moon and water placement, oh my gosh, they're just like a cute little fishy of love. Like I'm sorry, I love all little kids. I have friends who have little ones who are under 5, and I absolutely love this. It's like I'm enjoying every single minute of them being little, you know, because they grow up way too fast. But it's almost like you want this child, you know what I'm sensing? It's like if you have a little one that comes over to your house for the weekend, like again, shared custody, you want their life to be as balanced as possible. You don't want them to feel like they have separate lives. When they go to mom's house, it's one world, and then when they come to your house, it's another world, or vice versa. It's like you want to keep it really on the level. The other thing I get is that you almost want to get justice for this child. The other thing is, I'm getting, you know, this sounds kind of weird, but I'm almost getting like almost like a health kind of thing. Like Nine of Swords, yeah. You're like worried that something is not going to be fair to a little one. Like something's going to be unfair. But the other thing that I get is, and I see the Six of Cups. One other thing I'm kind of seeing, and I know this sounds kind of funny, but over the weekend, you might be reminiscing about like your childhood or experiences that you had growing up, both good and bad. And I almost get the sense like you're really, really focusing on what you had growing up and what you didn't have growing up, and wanting to give your child more or better, you know, either the same good childhood that you had, or you want to do differently if you felt like your childhood was lacking in those areas. And this might just resonate for a few of you. Otherwise, if you do not have kids, or if it doesn't involve kids, if this is just your energy, otherwise you want justice in almost like a really altruistic kind of way, like an open-hearted way. It's almost kind of innocent. It's childlike, the way that you just want everything to be fair. You just want everything to be at peace. That's the other thing I get. You just want everything to be, you know, you don't want anyone to be there. You don't want any losers or winners, no winners or losers. You just want everyone to get a fair deal. And that's kind of your energy over the weekend. And that's really, again, I'm thinking like Ruth Bader Ginsburg, like a really kind of open-hearted, fair, for the best, altruistic is what I'm hearing. Like, you know, like for the good of everyone involved is what you want. Now, one other way I can kind of see this is that if you are a lawyer, and again, this might just resonate for a few of you, or if you're dealing with a lawyer, you might be really kind of opening your heart. Like you might find that you're telling your lawyer, or your lawyer is I feel like you're telling your lawyer really kind of, it sounds almost juvenile, because if you watch the How to Tarot on the Page of Cups, I've talked about it in other videos. It's almost like this open, like you have no filter on your heart. There's no gate on your heart. You're opening your heart and saying, it's like almost everything that you're feeling, you're pouring out of your mouth, and it almost sounds kind of juvenile or a little too innocent. You might be telling that to a judge, or you might be telling that to your lawyer over the weekend. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what I'm getting. Like, you're speaking your truth, and it's coming from a really innocent and sincere heart center. It's almost like you've heard the expression from the mouth of babes, and you could be 100 years old and you could be speaking your truth, and it sounds like it's coming from the mouth of babes. That's what I'm kind of getting. By the middle of the week, you've got the King of Cups, and underneath it we have the Ace of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. I am getting, like, I feel like by the middle of the week, because we've got cups and we've got swords, I think by the middle of the week, if there is something legal going on, it's almost like you're surrendering, guys. Like, you're in a very high, mature, you are in control of your emotions. And it is almost like, I'm getting, the King of Cups is the apex of his suit. Like, he is the king. He's the last card of the cup suit. He understands his emotions. And again, you can watch the How to Tarot here on my channel about the King of Cups. That would be a great reference to understand this energy. You, underneath the surface, you understand your emotions, and it's almost like you're surrendering to your emotions. I'm hearing let go and let God. What will be, will be. That's what I'm hearing. What will be, will be. By the middle of the week, you're letting it go. And underneath the surface, you have a lot of worries. But the interesting thing is, you're going to let the truth stand for itself. Gosh, pile 3, do you have some kind of legal case going on? I know it's funny when I see justice, I hate to throw that out because it's not like every week someone's got going to court for something, but you never, this, with world events and everything else, this is entirely possible. But this is beautiful energy, because look at the Ace of Swords. It almost looks like the Justice card. If you are involved in some kind of legal decision, you have said your piece. It's almost like you've stated your cause, from, like, you've just opened the floodgate and you have expressed yourself in a very vulnerable and open way. And by the middle of the week, you're just letting go and letting God. What will be, will be. You have spoken your truth and you're ready to rest. You're not going to worry about it. The other thing is, it's almost like you're mature enough to go. I'm getting a very spiritually enlightened. I always get this from pile 3. It's almost like you're going to go meditate or do yoga to not worry about what's going on, because you have no control over that. You have no control. You've let it go. You've let it go. The other thing is, I've got the Seven of Wands and the Six of Swords. You're regressing from a 7 to a 6, and you're moving to calmer waters. You're not going to put any more energy into fighting to defend yourself, because really, you see, it's almost like there's no sense in doing that. The decision will be what I'm hearing. What will be, will be. That's why I keep hearing what will be, will be, and you'll be, how it comes out, you will ride that wave. I'm seeing almost like the boat in Lenormand. You're very emotionally anchored. You're very mature, emotionally mature. The other thing that I kind of get is that if you are married, or you might be spending time in the middle of the week with your spouse, and they're very emotionally supportive. If you are fighting some kind of legal thing, maybe you are trying not to worry about it, and I feel like you're unplugging and you're resting. And I get with the King of Cups that your spouse is really encouraging you to rest. Like, they're there to listen to you if you need to talk, but otherwise they're encouraging you to rest and to just take it easy. The other thing is, with the Six of Swords, it's like, don't put any more energy into this. Just let it go. That's what I'm getting. Let the truth speak for itself is what I'm getting. What will be, will be. I keep hearing that. What will be, will be. and you're surrendering to that. And if you are married, or this could be a father, or this could be your spouse, you have a very emotionally mature man who's really your anchor. That's what I'm hearing, your anchor. He's not going to let you feel adrift, and he's going to encourage you to turn your mind off, because you've spoken your truth and you just got to let it go. And you just gotta move towards calmer waters. The other thing is, with that Seven of Wands, you see the flame there, like you've been defending yourself. Just go ahead and just stop getting into the fray. Take yourself out of the fray is what I'm hearing. Just kind of, look for peace by the middle of the week. And it's interesting, by the end of the week, you got the Fool. It's like stepping off the ledge and letting the universe catch you. You're going to be starting afresh. And it's funny, it's interesting, if this is some kind of legal decision, it's not telling me the outcome. The outcome is not given. What's the outcome? Six of Cups. I keep seeing Six of Cups. If this is a legal outcome, I think with the Six of Cups, I do kind of feel like, you know what I keep hearing? Your good merits, the way that you've worked in the past, or the things that you've done in the past, is really supporting this outcome. If someone does have to come after you, they're not really attacking you because of all the good that you've done in the past. You're a good person. You're about good things. And I do see, take the step off the leap. The other thing I get is that you have friends around you. What I'm getting is like old friends. Old friends are there to support you. Now, the interesting thing is, it's not giving a clear-cut answer. I'm seeing the Six of Cups, which really indicates a good outcome. Like someone's going to remember, like, your good deeds of the past. Everything, the way that you are, the person that you are, is recognized. And that's what shelters you, or that's what saves you. Like normally if you step off a cliff, you would fall to your death, but that's not happening here. You can step off the cliff and the universe is going to catch you. Everything's going to be okay. You can step into the unknown in good faith, because everything is going to be okay, is what I'm seeing. But Emperor, this is a different masculine energy. You see how the Emperor here he almost looks like he's holding the same position as the Fool. I'm going to go on a limb, pun intended, with the Fool card. By the end of the week, if you had something legal come through, you're going to have a CEO, like, if this is work related, like the head of your company, the head of the company sees a piece of himself in you. Like, he looks at you and sees himself when he was young. And you will get recognized. The universe is protecting you, and I get the sense, Nine of Pentacles, you're going to be okay. The Empress, you have someone protecting you. Now, I actually read this three ways, guys. We saw the Empress. This could be your spouse. Like, if something bad happens, your spouse will support you while you jump off the cliff into something new. So if you're leaving a job or something's falling through, you'll have support until you find something new. The other thing I get is this might be the CEO of a company who recognizes the way that your history, your past has served you so well. This person knows that you have a good heart, and they're gonna protect you. They're gonna let you go off on this journey. Nothing bad will happen. The last way I see this, and this is a little woo-woo, is that I do see this as a father figure. It could be a living father figure. Or it almost seems like with that symbol there, this is life after death. This could be someone who has passed. It can be a grandfather, and I know this sounds crazy woo-woo. This can be a father or a grandfather who's watching over you. And look at this, guys. Look at you've got transformation. and it says cycle, and there's a 5. 5 means change. It means challenge. It also means communication. And look at these cloaks, guys. We got the 6 of Cups, we got the 9 of Pentacles, we got the Empress, and we got the Emperor. You are protected, pile 3, and I feel like this is your spiritual brownie points for sure. Like, if you've ever seen the Empress, you know how she wears that crown and she has the King of Wands. There might be a King of Wands in the mix. Ace of Wands. They're looking out for you because they know what an asset you are. And the other thing is that this almost feels like your spiritual mission. The other thing is you have some serious cosmic brownie points, pile number 3. Like, the challenges you face in this lifetime are serving others. And this is super spiritual. This is super spiritual. And I feel like you are crazy protected. You're transforming. And you see how this is a bridge, you know? Nothing bad is going to happen to you. I feel like this will be a tradition. The other thing I get is you see how the cloaks are there, and it looks like he's holding a sphere, but then if you look here, it looks like a ball. It looks like a new sphere. So the Emperor could be your energy. Like, by the end of the week, you're ready to start something new. And you're ready to plan out, like, you know your plan, you know your destiny, you're in control, right? This is such good energy, guys. I feel like you're a fair person, you're an emotionally balanced person. By the middle of the week, you know you need to rest, you know when to fight, and you know when to rest. And by the end of the week, you're going to feel like, the other thing I get is by the end of the week, you're going to feel like you're ready to start new. You're ready to transform. You're ready to go on to the next part of your journey. Whether that's leaving something or staying with someone or staying with a situation. But wow, pile 3, you always get me with your reading because pile 3, you are some spiritual somebodies. You really are. You really are. Pile 2, I curse up a storm. Pile 3, I don't curse because you guys are more like, it's like you're more refined than that. You're more couth. But you're also very I get a strong spiritual vibe. And honestly, the citrine too, it's like abundance, blessings, blessed. But all right, guys, so that's your reading for the week. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I started off a little slow. I always start off a little slow. I'm always a little tired. But I hope you have a wonderful week. And please come back next week because I'm going to be talking about my Halloween costume. It's really cool. And but I hope that you have a good week. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.